And another thing about tea, Mike, I think it's really important that people understand this, is that if you're making a tea, do not put the f***ing milk in first.
No, you definitely put milk in first.
If you put the hot water in the tea bag, it allows the tea to brew at a hot temperature.
Right.
If you put the milk in first, you can completely doesn't brew properly, and it just tastes like shit. I mean, there's somebody in the office, I don't know who it is, who makes a tea like this every single time, and it might be the first that you're hearing of this, Mike, since you don't drink tea yourself that much. But
I asked you if this was going to be a personal attack on my tea making skills. No, Mike, don't worry.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, obviously.
Anyway, gaming news roundup. First up in the news this week, AAA games are dead. Well, no, they're unsustainable, at least according to Big Cliffy B. At the recent Reboot conference in Croatia, famed developer Cliff Bleszinski spoke out about his views on modern AAA games development. Specifically, he said games are costing more and more to make, but profit is at a plateau, and he thinks the model is not healthy for development unless you're one of the big publishers like Sony, Microsoft, or EA. Bleszinski says we need development to become more varied, and developers should think about creating more titles like CSGO or Rocket League, which he dubs AA games. He brings up his new game Lawbreakers, which he says is designed to be a complete experience, but it won't cost $60 and is digital only, so it is a AA game, a model which he believes is the best way forward for gaming.
So what he's saying is cheaper games with more gameplay.
Yeah, about the gameplay. It's more about the gameplay.
I mean, fair play. It's fucking obvious, isn't it? Give us cheaper games, better gameplay. Rocket League, awesome game. CSGO, it's very, very popular, extremely popular.
He's a bit of a personality like Bleszinski. He just comes out with stuff like this every once in a while, and he's got a long history of making video games, and when he does make statements, it's always worth listening. Sometimes he talks to his ass, but this time I think he's probably got a point.
A big leading figure in the industry, talking outside the box. I know it's a cliche to say something like that, but someone who's not afraid of saying something against the grain.
That's it, yeah.
Fair play to Bleszinski.
Nice one, Cliff.
Next up, not too long ago, a group of modders announced they were working on a project to port the multiplayer map from Red Dead Redemption into GTA Online. The project generated a huge amount of fan interest because it would have let players explore the open world of Red Dead Redemption in GTA Online. It was effectively a Red Dead map pack for GTA. However, Mr. Leisureware, the mod's lead developer, broke the bad news and announced the project had been cancelled. The cancellation happened after Mr. Leisureware told the GTA forums that Take-Two, Rockstar's parent company, had been in contact with him, although there was no reason given why the mod was cancelled. However, Mr. Leisureware was ordered not to release his GTA modding tools to the community, and he reiterated the project was never going to port RDR story into GTA. It was just a map conversion. What this is Take-Two not wanting people to get the RDR fix before RDR2 comes out at the end of the year. So it's just like just protecting their asset,
cracking down on any money that they might be losing out.
Yeah, exactly.
In other modding related news, did you ever want to play Fallout New Vegas but maybe got put off by the janky graphics, or maybe you just wished Fallout 4 was better? Well, modder Sir Bumfrey Diggles, great name, is trying to solve both those problems by recreating Fallout New Vegas, aka the best Fallout, in the Fallout 4 engine.
I'm glad you threw the best Fallout in there, Mike, because it definitely is.
Yeah, it's underrated, I reckon. He's already made the areas of Good Springs and Prim, and the results are pretty cool. He's not trying to remake the whole game, but just the location for another quest mod, but said he would be open to get some of the base New Vegas quests in there just for fun, and if anybody wants to take it further, they can use the map. Nice work.
Gotta respect these modders who throw so much effort into making like fan favourite things.
Also have awesome names as well. Mr. Leisureware. Yeah. Sir Bumfrey Diggles. That's good. That's good.
I mean, I was going to salute modders in general, but this Sir Bumfrey Diggles, he deserves a salute for his continued
creativity.
And next up this week, according to a report by Reuters, French media giant Vivendi have accelerated their plans for a takeover of Ubisoft. Vivendi currently own a 25% stake in Ubisoft and have been doing everything in their power to acquire a controlling stake in the French game publisher. Since 2015, Vivendi has been buying up as many shares as it could in Ubisoft as part of their media expansion strategy. However, Yves Guillemot, CEO and founder of Ubisoft, has been resisting the attempted takeover for many years, making attempts to gather investors in order to prevent a takeover by Vivendi. Despite his best efforts, Guillemot might lose this one, as Vivendi made it clear that they will seek a takeover regardless of cost, time and resources.
You might be wondering, why should you give a shit who owns Ubisoft? Well, it's going to have an effect on the game. So when it comes to strategy, like release strategies, do they want a AAA release in October/November every year, yes or no? That kind of decision will actually affect how many Assassin's Creed games you're going to see over the next 10 years, and it all comes from the top. Yeah. So it will affect your games and how many games you're going to see from Ubisoft each year. And finally this week, the teenage hacker responsible for a series of DDoS attacks on various gaming services has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. Adam Mudd, who is now 20 years old, was just 16 when he created a malicious program called Titanium Stressor, working from his bedroom in Hertfordshire in the UK. The tool, which was designed to take down servers through DDoS attacks, was sold online, making the teenager £386,000 in sales. His Titanium Stressor, which actually sounds more like some nightmarish sex dungeon tool than a bit of software, was used by others to attack companies including Sony and Microsoft. One particular title that copped it pretty badly was RuneScape, which was attacked 25,000 times, costing £6 million in beefed up security costs.
Is a 2-year sentence like too lenient or too harsh? I don't know where I stand on this. It's like, it's one of those, isn't it?
It is interesting because it's everything that's happened was online. All that kind of thing is where the law is kind of lagging behind, so it's quite difficult for courts to decide. We've kind of glossed over it there, but if you want to read more, it's on the BBC, it's all over the place, but we'll have a link in the description. But he caused, this tool that he created has caused a lot of damage. Like he's caused a lot of problems, so I don't know.
His motivation was to make money out of it, I guess, and his malicious intent.
Hacker cred as well, he wanted, that kind of respect.
So, I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what your arguments for and against his sentence are, and what information that you've got, or what your opinions are down in the comments. Let us know what you think, because I'm interested. So that is it for this week's roundup. Let us know what you thought about any of our stories down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out some more of our content around about here. You can also check out our Patreon page right about here if you're that kind of awesome. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.